what I've learned through the Bible, through Jesus' teachings, preferably the New Testament, not the Old Testament, is that throughout many times they try to let you know that God is love, and that the greatest commandment that Jesus gave was to love. And the funny thing is, one of the hardest things to do on this planet is to love, especially if you didn't get the proper love from your mother and father. But there's a spiritual essence that is the reason why you wake up after you fall asleep. And he's always replenishing you with life. And he's with you in the afterlife. And they tell you that creator, obviously, no one creates something without love for their own creation. You know? So, like, it was hard to understand God's love as a child, you know? But breaking it down in this creator sense, understanding what a creator really is, and how no creator creates with hatred, you know? You create, you know, even the one who created the sword, you know, they created for protection, and they created for battle, and then the true warrior happens to love the fight, you know, and you know, like the samurais and stuff, there was honor in a way that they fought one another, you know, and when someone dishonored, there was a way to protect your honor. After you've dishonored, seppuku, the way that they did the suicide and the chopping off of the head, that was the only way that you can gain back honor after doing something dishonorable. So they had a standard, and they always wanted to die an honorable death. And to die on the battlefield to them was a form of an honorable death. And then to die of seppuku was the only way to regain honor after dishonor. You know, so, I mean, just this world, this planet, there's so many fascinating things, right? But like I said, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. We have tendencies and we have habits, and we're creatures of those habits. That's why I love boxing. Danny Garcia is not going to change. He's a creature of habit. Okay, he's a creature of habit.
Way to bring it all around.
Didn't change.
Right.
He's a creature of habit.
Right.
We're all creatures of habit, and we build in this muscle memory, right? So when you have an addiction in life, gambling addiction, drinking addiction, other substance abuse addictions, these are habits, and every habit is hard to cut. Normally, habits are defeated by, one, a support group, and two, picking up a new habit. So what I've understand about being a creature of habit and these tendencies is that there are good habits to have in life and bad habits. Paying your bills on time, not paying your bills on time, bad habit. You know?
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And good habits produce good results. Bad habits produce bad results. The funny thing is, after studying this stuff for 8 years, I'm like, why is this shit so elementary all of a sudden? Why is it the same thing that made sense when I was 4 years old, but because you just don't accept it because people aren't acting right. So then you say, why do I need to act right? You act right for your damn self. You act right because it's what is right, you know? And when you act wrong, like I said, it's not about, you know, good and bad, this and that. The funny thing is, my favorite religious symbol is the yin-yang symbol. Because there's a white side with a black dot, and a black side with a white dot.
It's like us.
Right? Right. So, and it's not two different sides. It's an essence that's whole in itself. The yin-yang symbol is whole in itself. So, but the real beauty to me is for me, the way I look at that symbol is when bad things happen, you can learn from it. That's that little white dot. What you learn from a bad case, from a bad relationship, from a bad business deal, you know what I'm saying? From overpaying on a car, you got hustled, from a bad, you know what I'm saying? Anything bad that has occurred, there's something good in there. Burning your hand on the stove, you're not gonna want to do that again. Okay?
Right.
So that's that white dot because it's covered. It was bad. It's black. It's black. You know what I mean? And in reality, that's not what the symbol is about. But it's just one of the reasons why I like it so much is that to me, you know, if I say Mahatma Gandhi, he's on the white side. If I say Adolf Hitler, he's on the black side. But if I talk about Adolf Hitler had to have loved somebody. Adolf Hitler had to have pet a cat or something in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had to do something.
Yeah.
There had to be that white dot in that man who did a lot of negative things. You know what I mean? So, and then to me, when you do so good, when you're very, very, very good, and you might know this from meeting certain people from a church or doing this or doing that, when you live a very good lifestyle, why is there a black dot there? Because sometimes it's human nature to do good and then create a developed pride within oneself, and thus now you're looking down at others. So yeah, you do a lot of good.
Yeah.
But you're not acknowledging this pride that you have because of the good that you're doing. You know, I mean, you got me into philosophy, man. You got my brain going. You know what I'm saying?
That's all good stuff, though.
That's how I am, man. I'm just a thinker.
Yeah.
You know, I'm free spirited. I love being an American. The fact that home of the free, home of the brave, and it's always been my goal to live the American dream. I show up to work at noon every day. That was a lifestyle of choice, and I'm blessed to be able to do that and to set my times for my workouts, and just really just be the person that I want to be, you know. And I gamble. I have a budget, you know what I mean. But I do enjoy it. I'm not like Mayweather. I'm not posting my wins and my losses and stuff, and I don't gamble into sports. Anyways, but you know, when they let you know that you're born into sin, kind of let you know you're born in a fucked up society.
Yeah.
So being born in a fucked up society has fucked up results. It's nature.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But throughout the greatest teacher in life is life itself. And the thing is, man, any day you wake up, the beauty of it is it's a new day. And it's hard to let go of those tendencies. But with will and with determination, we all can change. We were built to change. We are built to do what we please to do. If you really want it, you can achieve it, you know? And the funny thing is, I love certain things from the Bible, certain simple things, right? Like seek and ye shall find. You want to seek a tuna salad? You get a tuna salad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to seek out a sugary filled donut? You get the sugar coated donut. Seek and ye shall find. You want the prostitute? You'll find a prostitute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want a good woman? You'll find a good woman. You feel me?
Prophetic words on Valentine's Day.
Right? What are you seeking? What you are seeking is what you are finding. The Bible wasn't saying, beautiful thing, there's nothing new under the sun. It wasn't saying nothing profound. The Bible's just trying to help you understand life. Because, like it or not, you're here, you have it, and you're going to live it. You're going to live it to the day that you die. And, you know, the afterlife is a whole nother topic. I don't even like getting into it. You know what I'm saying? But because I've meddled and I've read a lot of things, I'm a believer in reincarnation. I do like reincarnation.
I hope you're right. 'Cause I like that idea too.
I was a kid and I used to think about it before I ever actually studied about it. And it was as a Christian I used to think about it. And then I read books there's a book out there called The Case for Reincarnation, written by a Christian fellow who got into the history of it. Long story short, once upon a time, half of the Christians believed and the other half didn't. And then eventually it got more orchestrated and they got pulled out of the doctrine. You know what I mean? And it never really was in the doctrine, and that's why the beliefs were left and right on it. Because it's standard in the East, where all this knowledge comes from. Reincarnation is an Eastern philosophy, you know what I mean? But there's billions of people in the world who believe in it, you know? And the only reason why I liked it so much was because the Bible, I felt like the Bible didn't talk about the animal realm. And I feel like it didn't talk about the animal realm because Jesus didn't need to talk about the animal realm, because he wasn't trying to get you to be an animal or not be an animal, or more not be an animal. He's trying to get you into the kingdom of heaven. His message is all about getting you into the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's where he wants your focus to be. Yeah. So why would I talk about other things? First off, you barely understand anything coming out of my mouth. So why am I going to give you more complex philosophies of what the Creator has created?
Right.
But when I was like a kid, man, I remember saying to somebody, I said, well, if I'm here now and I don't know really how I got here, then who am I to say I'm not going to get to the gate? And then he's going to look at me and say, I got a place for you, but you have more work to do down there. So you're going back. How am I going to tell God, nah, man, where's my seat? Let me in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jesus says, nah, man, there's a mission. You still haven't completed it yet. Go back. If he can send my soul to hell, how can he not send my soul back here?
True. That's true.
It didn't feel well-rounded. And then if I can be here and sent back here, then how can he not punish me? How is being an animal, right? Because humans, let's be real. If you really, really, really dislike your life, you can take your own life.